Alright, I just want to show you guys right now because I know that some people just do not realize the depth of the truth that the Bible reveals. I want to show you that Isaiah knows exactly that he's talking about the rising Kundalini serpent. He's even identifying the Kundalini serpent as the very identity of Leviathan himself. Leviathan is Apollyon. Apollyon is this fallen prince who is the king over the locust, Revelation 9:11. So he is this fallen prince that is hoping to become a king even over us. So it's important to understand this. It really is. And to not just sweep it under the rug. And to understand really what this ancient seer is capable of if you yourself are capable of receiving it. We're going to compare chapter 27, the first line, with this book right here. Stalking the Wild Pendulum. I highly recommend this book. In that day the Lord, with his sword and great and strong sword, shall punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent. We're going to focus on his understanding, talking about the end days, talking about Leviathan, talking about this fallen prince. He describes them in two very specific ways that we're going to be able to match up perfectly to the description of the process of the rising Kundalini. The piercing serpent, that crooked serpent. Now let's go ahead and read this. The Kundalini, as described in yoga literature, is said to be an energy coiled up like a serpent at the base of the spine. When this energy is awakened, it enters the spine, rises up along it, and is seen or perceived as a luminous serpent by the person having the experience. Once it has risen into the head, the luminous rod hopefully pierces the top of the head. That is, the rod-like energy beam is seen as a projecting through the skull, pointing upward. When this happens, the person is said to be illuminated. Eventually, such a person may become highly intuitive and develop some psychic powers, such as clairvoyance, clairaudience, or healing abilities. Whether he develops these or not depends on many factors. However, sometimes illumination may be late in coming, and all the person may be able to show for his efforts is a king-size headache, which may last for years. Isaiah describes this Leviathan as the piercing serpent. Let's go ahead and take a real close look here at what we've got here. Once it is risen into the head, the luminous rod hopefully pierces the top of the head. The piercing serpent. Now, for the connection where Isaiah is describing this serpent as crooked, the serpent itself is being described as coiled up. Crooked and coiled is the same description of this rising serpent. Isaiah is perfectly describing for us his understanding of the Antichrist spirit identity as this Kundalini rising spirit. And now you will begin to understand what I show you on this chart a whole lot better if you can begin to absorb what this ancient seer is wanting you to see. In Job chapter 41, I can further back up the description that we see about this luminous serpent. And it will give us the rest of the story, just as Isaiah says, that we must put line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little. Be right back.